everybody. Welcome
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Lillian, would you like to introduce us?
Oh, yes. Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah, we are back on Voices of Courage Asia. This channel is specially dedicated to you because, we just want to share life stories, experiences, tips, and strategy. Right. My name is Lillian, and together with me is Anita. So she's my partner at Class Living, which is a social enterprise, and Women of Courage Asia, which is a women's community. So both are women empowerment platforms where we have actually a complimentary monthly empowerment meeting every last Tuesday of the month, as well as mentoring, coaching, trainings and workshops and things like that. Yeah, but most importantly, the community support to encourage each other to move out, step out of our comfort zone into the sphere of courage. So we have just finished the what do you call that, the series Courage to Be You. So we are moving into our next series. Actually, it's a continuation of our core values, the 7 core values. So of course, the first one was courage, but we're not going to start with courage today. We're going to actually start with love, the next core value, because we are in the month of February, right? Love is in the air.
And you got to see our backdrop, right? Even though it's very Chinese New Year, but you notice the little girl and little boy at the
Yes,
side.
yeah.
So it's just a play of pictures. So even though it's 新年快乐, but it is a lovely kind of 新年快乐.
yes, yeah. So we couldn't find a picture that can speak to both, right?
Yes.
not yet. Yeah, we will continue searching for that
So
perfect picture.
To our topic today, communicate with love.
Yes.
What are you trying to tell me? What are you saying today? What do you mean?
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Is that what it is all about?
You know your lyrics well.
Yeah, you know what it's all about. That is, you don't actually want to be hurt anymore. Is that what communicate with love? Is that to avoid pain?
Actually, everything I do is about the 3 A's, right? The awareness, the attitude, and the action. So, everything came about through self-awareness, and we do a lot of reflection. It's like every day is reflection. And every moment, a lot of moments in our lives are actually precious and very valuable learning moments. So, again, this series came about because of the reflection, and of course, in the month of February, love is in the air. So the naturally, I would reflect about my relationship, with my husband first of all, then my children, my family, yeah. So if you have seen my post in Facebook, I talk about my relationship with my husband. It wasn't a smooth sailing one, right? We had our fair share of ups and downs. It's definitely not a walk in the park. Yeah. And we have come a long way. We are married for 25 years now and still counting. All right, healthy relationship. We do argue. All right, we are not perfect couple. We do have our fights and all that. Yeah, but it's a healthy relationship. Yeah, where we can agree to disagree.
Yep.
Yeah, and we have two children. Yeah, already.
You can still bang table and have dinner peacefully.
Yeah, you can still bang table. Then after that, okay, let's go for lunch. And then you can still hug and kiss. Yeah.
Of course. And let's start with the Love. Let's start with the L. It is.
Yes, I'm using this acrostic using the acrostic with the word love, just playing with the word love. And of course, the first one is L, right? So L, listen to your heart, or listen to your heart.
That he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. Okay, it's a song. Okay, I know the song.
Sorry, actually, it should be listen with your heart, right? Listen with your heart. So let's edit.
Let me change it.
Yeah. You're doing it? Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah. So it should be listen with your heart. Yeah. So what do I mean by that?
Yeah,
You
what
want
do
to
you
make
mean?
a
We
list?
listen. Then we listen with our ears. Then after that, we make assumptions, and then we think we heard something, and then after that, we go back again.
Yeah. Actually, listening is a skill. Is a skill. Is an art. To really develop. Yeah. Many of
Mm-hmm.
us. I notice. Okay. I won't say us. I say because the lesson is coming from myself. I'm learning the lesson here. That active listening. Oftentimes we hear, but we may not be listening. And listening has different levels. The I find that to master the art of active listening it really takes time, and it's very critical in building any relationship in your life, because you want to listen to the choice of words used, right?
Mm.
And because the choice of words that the person that you are speaking with gives you insights to the other person's thoughts and emotion. So you don't just hear the words or listen to the words at the surface, but the choice of words that they are using, it communicates an underlying thing, an issue. Yeah. So which brings us to the next point, because that also got to do with the O,
Yes.
is to observe the body language and behavior. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's where your body language, your body doesn't lie. Your body just cannot lie, actually. Yeah, you
You
can
see.
lie with your words, you can lie with your
Okay.
expression, but your body can't lie. Yeah. So these are great opportunities to see beyond the surface and to understand, like I mentioned, the underlying issues of the heart by observing the body language and behavior, by actively listening to their choice of words that they use. Yeah,
Okay.
because all these will give you insights to the other person's thoughts and emotions. Yeah.
Okay, before we go on, right, when you're
Mm.
talking about listening with your heart and then observing the other person's body language, do you think that we might go a bit further and start assuming certain things? Is that where the danger is? I say, oh, look lah, he come home, his face long, his body arrived first, then the face arrived 3 days later, the face so long, you know, is there a self control that is needed, before we make any assumption so prematurely, or should we go
Which
through
is
the
why,
LOE?
yeah, which is why this LOVE is, I find it very helpful for me, because it
Okay,
prevents me from jumping into assumptions and conclusions.
exactly. So
Yeah,
you
because what we
literally go
see at
through.
the surface is I mean, it's like immediate. This is the immediate thing that you are hearing and seeing, right?
Yeah.
So then, of course, we will naturally and quite automatically, if without self control or and awareness, we naturally automatically will jump into conclusion and make our own
Okay.
assumptions and make our own
Okay.
judgment, right? So that's why this, listen with your heart and observe the body language and behavior at uh, communicating with love, lah.
Of
Then you
course.
won't jump into that assumptions and
So
make.
just meaning that it gives the mind, it gives the body, give us permission and time to take a step back first, listen with your heart, observe your body language and observe the body language and behavior. Then we go and visit,
Yeah.
visualize, and venture.
So this is a process, right, of
Yeah,
communicating with love and building healthy relationships. So yeah, you want to visit and visit, visualize, and venture out together. Now visit. What do I mean? Visit. You want to visit positive memories, right? So of course, don't keep visiting all the
yeah,
negative memories, lah.
yeah,
Visit
yeah.
positive memories. And I mean, this could be, what do I mean by visit positive memories? This can be events, or
Okay,
places that you visit together, or even people that you had the positive memories together. So what does this do is it reinforces that experience, or that bond, or that connections that you have with each other. And then
okay.
just celebrate those milestones, celebrate those happy memories, positive memories together. Going back to certain places, do you have this experience where You know, when
Yeah.
you revisit certain places and it brings back all those memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, especially even songs. Certain songs bring back certain memories, and especially when I'm driving, right? Because I drive so many hours a day, and certain songs, and I really bring myself. Like this morning too, there's a particular song on the radio, and I brought myself back there to that time, and it was a very happy place, with friends and individuals and all that. Yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, this is like, thinking back. So you want to visit your visit those positive memories, but not just looking backwards in the past, but we also
looking
want to
forward.
visualize, the positive future of the relationship. What do you see? What can you see into the future about your
Yeah.
your your relationship, right? And do you know that when we visualize, we are actually teaching our brain. We are actually teaching our brain to recognize what resources it will need to stay focused and help you succeed in reaching your goals. I
Oh,
love this proverbs. I love this proverbs. It says that when there is no vision, the people are unrestrained. If you don't see it, you can't you there's also another saying, right? You can't see it, you can't have it. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, and you literally bring your whatever you imagine into existence. Right. A lot of invention in this world, we know, it happens in the sphere, in the realm of imagination
Yeah,
first,
true. Yeah,
before it became into existence and materialized into the material world, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So likewise, your relationship, you can visualize a positive future
Yes.
of your relationship. If you are always visualizing, quarrels and fights and
Yeah.
separation and all that, guess what? It's that's going to you're going to bring it into past. It's like a self prophesying
I
process.
mean, it's true. Very true when you say in the beginning that when you're married for 25 years, you had your fair share of ups and downs. And
Mm.
and in any relationship, more so with our spouse, with the people we get, after some time we get very casual, right? We no longer put in the effort to listen with your heart or observe. Sometimes even observe body language. We only tend, I speak for myself, I only tend to observe, as you hear my words just now. Wow, your face so long, your body come home first, then your face arrive. But we never take time to observe the gentle steps, when they walk past you, or the kind gesture of, sometimes people eat, they pull out their chair, and then I like the fact that some people push back their chair silently. you know
Mm.
People have a choice of just bang 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 our chairs, right? So
Mm.
again, I like what you say. Again, when you visualize, we have to learn to capture those visuals, those negative visuals, and then say, okay, I think we're going to start visualizing positive, and we start visualizing positive, be it the past and the future. You notice your heart rate tend to go down a bit, and you become calmer because you see good things, right? So you see good things. That's
I
nice.
mean, bringing back to the earlier points about body language and all that, right? I
Yeah,
did I did notice, because I mean nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm also
yeah,
constantly learning, right? Yeah, there's so many blind spots I have. Um, and but one thing I learned with my husband is, every morning when he wakes up, when he comes to me, he will like just give me a squeeze, and and I mean that's just a gesture of expressing his
yeah,
affection.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, of course, if that's not enough for you, you want to, educate your partner how much of a body gesture, how much of affection you need from him. Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just sidetrack a bit about that. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
just
it's nice, right? Even though I can see your face now. Even though you mentioned he squeezed you a little bit, not much of you to squeeze anyway. So it's what maybe me, Hamitia, got more things to squeeze. But I saw your face. You soften. Your face soften, and you tend to tilt your head a bit. That for me, again, going back to observing body language and behavior, it goes to a nice space. A nice
mm,
memory, a nice space. So that's
mm,
that's really nice. That's really
yeah.
nice. How about
And
now,
our
venture?
body will make that association,
Yeah.
the thought and the emotion, they'll make the association. So when you visualize, when you visit the past positive memories and you visualize the future positive, about your relationship, that creates association as well. And
Yep.
of course, in the area of V for visit, visualize, and also venture, because we always talk about like the three A's, right? Awareness, attitude, and there must always be action, right? So you venture
Ah,
out together, you take actions together, you have fun together, you take risks together, with courage,
okay.
and then you create new positive memories together, right? So,
Yep.
yeah, my husband and I, we are kind of quite spontaneous people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, in the personality triad, right, we are the gut, the body, the belongs to the body center. So it's like we just do it kind, and
Yep.
we like to just go somewhere, yeah, without any plans. Yeah. So it will
Okay.
figure 5, 6 out. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, you just like to venture out. And it's okay. We don't mind getting lost in the lorong-lorongs in Paris, or the lorong-lorong in Venice, or whatever. Yeah. But of course now we can't. We can only go to the lorong-lorong here in Singapore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Venture out. Yeah.
Yeah, venture out. It is all about taking action, isn't it? Once you have done the internal, then now you have to do the external, where you have to take the action. You have to communicate, like as how you say, right? You have to educate and communicate your partner your needs and want. And the final E in love,
Yeah.
embrace with empathy.
Yes, yeah, I cannot emphasize enough about empathy. Yeah, again and again, I always remind myself that I'm not perfect, because there's a perfectionist in me, that always wants to strive for that perfection and all that. And I know that nobody is perfect, only God is perfect, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, and likewise, my partners and the people around me are not perfect either. So
Okay.
embrace the person's strength and weaknesses, or I often like to call them blind spots. Yeah.
Yep.
So embrace that, and empathize with them, because all of us have our fears. We all have our fears: fear of not enough, fear of this, fear of that. That's Yeah. The whole list goes on. Who knows what kind of fear each one is struggling with, right?
Yep.
And then empathize also with their desires.
Yep.
Yeah. And what are their core motivation? And each one have our own world view. We see the world through different lenses, right?
Yep.
We are seeing the same thing, but having different interpretations in our head. So take time to understand the person's, especially your loved ones, their personalities, their values, their belief system, their passions and dreams.
Yeah.
I love this saying, this quote, that it says, "People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care."
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's about making effort, isn't it?
Mm.
This love thing. I notice it's all action words. If you go back to the listen,
Mm.
it's an action word. Observe is an action word. Visit, visualize is an action word. Um, and then venture out, definitely an action word. Embrace with empathy, another action word. So
Oh,
it,
thanks. I didn't realize that.
yeah,
I was just
yeah,
letting it
yeah.
flow.
Yeah, so it is all action words. So
Mm.
when people say love is tough, I agree with you. To keep a relationship is so much more work than to just sign the paper and say the big D, right? Which sad to say it is happening, but I think sometimes when you go back and when you take that action to go back, remember, visualize the past,
Mm.
positive memories, right? I mean,
Mm.
in time relationship to change, we change. I'm not the same person that I was 20 when I was in my 20s. I'm
Mm.
totally more, I'm glad I'm different now, approaching 50. But what happened is that it's all about action. So
Approaching 50.
yes, this
Wow.
year, yeah,
That's
man.
a celebration. That's a
On
new
that
milestone.
note,
Wait. Not so fast.
not so fast, okay.
Yeah, I mean, where was I? Yeah, I wanted to say something.
Okay.
Lost my
You
train of thoughts. It's
lost
about
your train of thoughts. Okay.
yeah.
But anyway,
Oh, yeah. I wanted to say something about my husband. Yeah.
oh, okay.
But I forgot. I forgot what I wanted to say.
Well, if anybody doesn't know, Lillian's husband is a man. Okay. Man.
Yeah,
I
he's my mentor actually.
yeah,
Yeah, I
he
learned
is.
so much from him. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the growth. Not
Yeah.
not being the same. That reminded me of something that he always liked to say. Like if you're uh if you're still the same, you're not growing. You're still the
Mm,
same, you're not growing. It's horrendous. Like yeah, to be always remaining where you are but not
yeah.
growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I noticed, I mean, on reflecting on the hindsight, looking at our relationship, we have seen each other grow, and
Mm,
the relationship itself went from different stages. There's certain stage, the initial stage is like when the honeymoon period, right? Where it's the lovey-dovey, you can't get enough of each other. It's like you sleep with the phone, talking with each other,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you come to the another stage where you're so busy with your own things, and it
Mm,
gets worse when the children came along. And the children come along, wow, all your attention is on the children, but
yes.
it's like attention competition,
Yeah, and that's the mistake. That's the mistake a lot of mothers make.
Yes,
Because
a
when
lot
the
of
children
couples,
come,
couples.
they yeah, so when the children come, they focus too much on the child, they neglect the husband. They
Hmm.
forgot that the husband was their first love. And he's also human, pitiful,
Yeah,
and
he
he
also
needs
needs the attention,
attention
right?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
remember, I don't know whether you had this experience, but we had ours. We didn't make an effort because there was a stage where it was quite bad, and all that. And then we make an effort to, okay, let's go on dates. Yeah, just the two of us. Let's leave the kids at home. Let's leave it with our
oh, I got
parents.
stories, yeah.
Yeah, but the funny thing, I guess that's what you are laughing at. The moment we went out, it's like, I wonder what the kids are doing. I wonder what they.
we,
And
we
before we can even complete the whole day, let's go home now. Let's go home to the
same
kids.
thing. I mean, I don't know. I believe nature or God, right, decided to I think it was high time. I remember we just had the twins. So the twins were very young. And we decided like in our crazies, right?
Mm.
To mean we had three kids under the age of 2 at one time, right? So we had a helper. And then we yeah, I don't know how we did it. But so we decided to go for a movie. And at the time we're living very near Newton, right? So it's definitely, if it's possible, it's just down a walk to Lido, right, or Shaw, or whatever. But so we went and watched a movie. I remember the movie also. And then we decided to take the last bus home. You know those night buses, the night owl or something like that.
Mm.
I think just because I live in that area, the bus number I must take is number 1. Ended up in Sembawang. Ended up in Sembawang. That was not the worst, huh? Ended up in Sembawang about 3 something, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I think 4 something. So my husband said, "Hey, wait lah, just another 1 hour, then we can take the train."
Watch the sunrise.
Watch what sunrise, sit in front of Sembawang MRT, sit down there, and I'm thinking, oh, so much for
Give a
the day.
donation to the
And then we were like,
casino.
oh no, the kids, whole night, the poor maid. It's true that when we came back, our helper was like, where you went? 3 kids at night.
Yeah. So I mean, sidetrack a bit. The point is, you want to really spend time together. There are different stages in our lives. When the kids come, yeah, there's a lot of chaos. You want to bring order back in your relationship,
Yes,
priorities,
yes.
right? And there will also be another time where you really are drifted not say drifted apart, but you discover yourself, you rediscover yourself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you may be like, for my case, I venture out into personal development. I get to discover about myself, and then after that, we come back together again to that very, yeah, close intimate stage again. So this stages now, so
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
couples out there, yeah, for couples out there, no, be aware and know that there are different stages of a relationship. We
Yeah.
go through different phases or
Mm-hmm,
stages. Yeah. So, but don't give up or don't lose heart in making that effort
Yeah.
in communicating with love with the acoustic that we've given you here. Yeah, because this will really help you in improving your relationship. If not, actually bring a transformation in your
Yeah.
relationship.
I
Yeah,
mean, don't give up. Don't just throw in a towel and say, "Oh, he has changed," or "We have changed. We are on a different path." Yeah, everybody's on a different path.
everybody change.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, just like our children, right? Our children never in kindergarten forever. Primary school, secondary school. Now mine is in JC, one in uni. So change is inevitable.
inevitable. Change is
Inevitable.
inevitable. Yeah.
And on that note of change,
Hmm.
on the last Tuesday of this month, which is the 23rd of February,
Surgery.
yep, which is the last Tuesday of February, we have a monthly empowerment meeting and we have Cindy.
Yes,
Okay, she's going to
in the house. Yeah.
Cindy back in the house. And then we got our community leader, Jasmine, sharing for the
Hey.
very first time her story of courage. I'm
Yes.
excited. One
Yeah.
bubbly person, and I like to know what is happening with her. And on that note, if you need to have a chat with Lilia to get some clarity, maybe about your own change in your life or change in your relationship and how to, to transit and to get certain clarity, please just click on the link and give our madam a beautiful call. Okay? And hook up with
Yeah.
her.
And, yes. And we actually also have our boot camp,
Yep.
right? Hmm. So the boot camp link is
It's here.
ta-da! Oh, yeah.
It's there. Anyway, should we share with them a video?
Yes, let's do a video. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to share screen. Give me a moment. Okay. And let's play.
Can you hear the music? I don't hear the music. Do you hear the music? Oh, I don't hear the music. No, you're muted.
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah, but you're muted, so I can't hear just now. I don't hear the music. Do you hear the music? I don't hear the music. You're muted.
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah, but you're muted.
I'm very excited because we are launching our first ever Transform with Courage Bootcamp. It is a bootcamp for women, by women only. We are going to get into your body, soul, and spirit. We're going to address your mindset, your emotional state, and most importantly, your action, so you can launch forward to live your dreams and your purpose in life. It is time to awaken the courage in you and ignite that power of influence. First to lead yourself and then to lead those around you. So start to take actions. First by doing what is necessary and then what is possible. And suddenly you're doing the impossible. I'll see you at the bootcamp.
All right.
Wonderful. We did it. We
Yeah.
tried and we did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you
have
can
to
hear
just
us talking in
watch
the
the
background.
replay and see how
When
the
we're going live, we apologize because we are learning. Anita, can you hear me? Can you answer? Yeah, I can hear you. At the same time, the video is playing. So it's very good. Okay.
Okay, that's all for today. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we come on live every Tuesday and Thursday, 12:30, right smack at
Yes.
our lunchtime.
Yes.
So you can
So
eat and
if
chat
you
with
are
us.
having this reunion dinner, join us on Thursday with your plate, and then because of that, 新年快乐, Happy
Yes,
New Year to all of you.
台湾事如意，也事
Yeah,
事顺利，龙马精神。
恭喜发财. Okay, have a blessed New Year and bye bye everyone.